morning, BookTube. Happy Sunday. Today is the 22nd, I believe, of February. If you can hear that outside, Garrett scraping the car. It's a little icy this morning, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to my channel, Reading Category Romance. And welcome to another weekly reading vlog. Today is Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. It is the 22nd of February and it is after 12. It's about 12:30. It's nice and bright outside, as you can tell. Sort of. It is overcast, but it looks really bright because, of course, what little sun we have is hitting the snow. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. It's been a busy morning. I spent the morning basically editing the vlog that you guys would have seen for last week. I've decided that I really need to start trying to edit the vlog a little bit every day so it's not such a big undertaking on Sunday. I usually don't mind, but I do want to do other things on Sunday, not just sit around and edit a vlog. So anyway, I just finished showering and getting dressed. I'm going to go make some lunch, but I thought I'd give you guys a quick reading update. And I did some reading this morning, just a little bit on Goodbye Stacey Goodbye by Anna Martin. I will finish that one tomorrow. I'm on chapter 12 out of 15. So I'm at like 79 or 80%. So in this book, for those of you who don't know, it's book number 13 in the Babysitters Club. Stacey is leaving Stony Brook. She's moving back to Stony Brook, or moving back to New York City, pardon me. So she moved to Stony Brook just before the beginning of the first book. And since the first book, the Babysitters Club has aged a year. They were 12 originally when the series started. They're now 13 and in 8th grade, or 11 and in 6th grade for Mallory and Jesse, who haven't joined the BSC just yet. That'll be coming in the next book. But from here on out, they will not age again. And they will stay perpetually in 8th grade for the rest of the entire series. But anyway, yeah, so Stacey's moving back to New York. And she is torn because she's very excited to be going back to the city because she loved New York City and all those things. And she does have friends there that she does miss and stuff like that. But she knows she's very much going to miss the Babysitters Club and the girls in the club and the club itself and the kids that she babysat for and all of that stuff. So, yeah. I do enjoy this one. As I mentioned, I think in my last vlog when I started this book, spoiler alert for those of you who have never read the series, Stacey does end up coming back. I mean, that's not really a spoiler if you look at the titles of the books. I think it's book 28 that she comes back, but she does have a book while she's in New York City. Which is a lot of fun. And yeah, so Stacey doesn't completely disappear. She is mentioned in almost all the books, until she returns and stuff like that. So yeah, but anyway, I am listening to this one on audio and I'm enjoying it, but I have a whole bunch of books that I want to get to, just this week in general today. I have a bunch of books I want to start. I talked about this whole thing in my vlog last week because I just edited it, so I just saw everything, and talking about how, I'm only going to have like 2 ebooks on the go and 1 audiobook, and that's, well, I enjoyed it and it was fine for last week. I think mostly because I was like pretty stressed out and anxious about my big scary procedure that I had on Thursday. But now that that's all over, I'm just like, now I want to pick up and read all the books again. So stay tuned this week to see what happens with my reading. But anyway, guys, I will check in with you a little bit later. Good morning, friends, and happy Monday. Today is the 24th of February, and as per usual, Sunday I did not film anything other than that opening clip. Sincerest apologies. This I'm going to make very, very quick. My husband's just inside the convenience store right now. We're just doing some running around. Then I'm going to go home, and I've got videos to film today for today and tomorrow. And yeah, I just want to pop on real quick to let you guys know I did do a bunch of reading yesterday. I'm not going to share everything I read with you, but I did finish a book yesterday. I finished reading A Family for the Jilted Lady by Helen Dickson, and I gave that one 4 stars. Stay tuned on Monday for my week in review or my week in books, and I will talk more about that one. It was a recent Harlequin historical. It was just published in January. So yeah, anyway, Garrett's back in the car. I'm gonna let you guys go, and I will talk to you this afternoon. Bye. Good afternoon, friends. It is, I don't know what time it is. It really doesn't matter. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, and I'm sitting here. Presley's fur is a little messed up in the back. Sorry, that's his mohawk. But I don't think you saw him in the last vlog. Hey? Who's my big handsome man? Oh, you're so pretty. Everybody loves you. Mr. Mustachio. I'm sitting here and I've been working on some more editing. I've already edited the 2 videos that went up today, or will be going up today. They're on members only right now and will be going up later. But then I filmed the 2 videos for tomorrow because look at me trying to get ahead of the game. I filmed 4 videos when we got home from the store. But anyway, I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Bye. Hello friends, happy Tuesday. Today is the 24th of February and it's almost 3 in the afternoon. And this vlog so far has been absolute rubbish, so I do sincerely apologize. I need to sit down and do a proper reading update, but I'm really not going to bother because I've been touching a lot of books lately, like reading a lot of books. Like here and there, I'm back to picking up all the things. I think I have like 9 books on the go right now. I'm perfectly okay with it. I tried that experiment last week of, just having like one of each type of book, like a print book, audio book, yada, yada, yada. But that just, I want to read all the books. Anyway, so yeah, I have finished another book since the last time I talked to you guys. Yesterday, I finished Goodbye, Stacey, Goodbye by Ann M. Martin, the 13th book in the Babysitters Club series, and I gave it 4.5 stars, I think. Stay tuned on Monday, of course, as I always say, for my weekend books, and I will talk more about that book. But anyway, it's been a really busy day today. The only thing I've read is I started reading Hello, Mallory by Ann M. Martin, book 14 in the Babysitters Club series. So I read my chapters of that this morning, and then Garrett and I have been basically out. We went out this morning. We had to go up north, so that took a couple of hours, and then we stopped at the grocery store. And we're having frozen lasagna and garlic bread for dinner tonight. Yum, yum, yum. And then we came home and I showered. Like, I didn't even shower before. I just wanted to go and get everything done. So came home, I showered, and then I had my lunch. And then I actually came out to the office, like to where I used to work, to say hi to the girls because I haven't seen them in a while. And since I was out this way, I decided to treat myself. I got my payment for my benefits and had a couple extra bucks. So I said, I'm going to go. I have not bought myself any books this year. And I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. I bought like a single ebook. I've mostly been using my library, but I've just fancied coming to Value Village. So I came to the thrift store and I had some credit and I spent like $10, but I got 10 books, you guys. So I thought I would show them to you while I'm sitting here. I thought just for a different angle, instead of me like always sitting in my house or in my room, let's car vlog for a bit, shall we? So I'm going to sit here in the parking lot, this very busy parking lot, and vlog and talk to you guys. So let me show you the books. I remember all the ones that I got, but some of these are in really good condition. So I got a Harlequin Presents novel 689, and this is from, I don't know what the date is on it, and unfortunately I can't open these up to look at them because I'm one-handed. So this is Blind Man's Bluff by Victoria Gordon, and it takes place in Australia. It looks like Sydney, the Sydney Opera House. So yay, that one's going to be good. Sorry, as I toss them beside me on the other seat. I got an old Harlequin Temptation novel, number 157. This is The Main Attraction by Jane Ann Krantz. Yes, Jane Ann Krantz. This came out in 87. So yay on that one. As I throw these around, I got an old Jessica Steele. This is another Harlequin romance, number 2861, Relative Strangers. Look at that cover. Like, all these old retro books are so, so good. I'm going to put that over here so I don't throw them. I love the title of this one. This is by Lillian Cheatham, and this is number 2683, and this is, sorry, my hair's bugging me, Island of Dolphins. Look at that. These old painted covers are just stunning. Actually, side note, I read an article the other night. I think it was in the Washington Post. It was an old article. It was I was looking up something else. And the gentleman who used to do the artwork for the Babysitters Club book, like the original books, he also used to do artwork for category romance for Harlequin. And I would love to be able to find some of his old artwork I would love to get an original or even a reproduction of one of his Babysitters Club book covers, but I'd also love to get one of his category, or at least see them. I'd love to see which ones he did. And then we have this one by Betty Neals, number 2914 in the Harlequin romance line, A Gentle Awakening. Look at that. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And then we got an old Penny Jordan, number 713 in the Presents line, The Inward Storm. Look at that one. These are in mint condition. This looks like it's never been read. This and the first one I showed, they look like they've never been read, and I'm tossing them around like so much, random bookishness. I love the cover on this one. This is Rescued Heart by Rebecca Winters, number 3162 in the Harlequin romance line, published in 91. I'm loving these old vintage books, and I'm loving reading them. I'm really getting into reading them now, like physically picking them up and reading them. It's been delightful. An old Debbie Maycomer, you guys. This was so much fun to find. This is number 3130 in the Harlequin romance line. From 91, we have Father's Day by Debbie Maycomer. Look at the cover. Oh, love, 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 love. And last, but most, no, not last, I have two more. Another presents, it looks like it's never been even read. We have By Love Bewitched by Violet Winspear. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This is from, again, I can't read the dates on these ones. And this is the last one we have here by Emma Goldrick. And Blow Your House Down is what it's called. Number 688 in the presents line. Look at, again, the covers. Oh, they're stunning. They're absolutely stunning. One of the reasons I have so many books on the go is because I've really been enjoying reading these. And I think even when Retro Romance Month is over, which is over at the end of this week, I'm going to continue reading these retro books. But I think I'm going to put my own retro spin on it and say it had to be published before, like, I don't know, like 96 or something like that for it to be considered retro, like 30 years instead of just 20, just to make me feel just a little bit better. But anyway, guys, I have rambled on enough and I've got people staring at me, so I'm going to go. And I will talk to you guys later this afternoon with a reading update. Bye, guys. Hello, friends. Happy Wednesday. Today is the 25th of February. 10 months till Christmas. It's just after 12 and I am having a lazy day. I had planned on filming and posting a video today and I'm just not feeling it today. So I think that one's going to wait a couple of days and I'll post that, like maybe I'll film it and post it tomorrow when I also post my TBR. I think that's probably what I'm going to do when I do my March TBR. I just wasn't feeling it today. I was having a lazy day. Like I did not feel well last night. I couldn't sleep well last night. And then I ended up, like, I just got dressed, and it's just after 12 o'clock. Like, it's 12:30 right now. I've got Missy sitting in my lap. And I got some reading done yesterday. Not a ton. Nothing to really share with you. Like, I'm trying to remember what it was that I read to go back and talk to you guys about. But, like, I don't want to just sit here and, like, do that. So I'd rather do it while it's like more fresh in my mind, which is, it's my plan going forward for the rest of this vlog. I have been really bad. I just feel like this has just been a lazy week for me. Like not that I haven't been in the mood to pick up the camera, but I just don't think about it. I don't know what it is this week. So it's weird. But anyway, I'm going to go downstairs and make my lunch. What I finished doing today, yesterday and today, I think part of the reason was because I haven't been doing a ton of reading the last couple days. I created a new spreadsheet because I love a good spreadsheet. And I saw this on, I think it was Jane Reads. I'll leave link to her channel in the description box below. She did a video recently, like this week, where she talked about her reading spreadsheet that she created on Excel, and as well as her TBR spreadsheet. And I loved her TBR spreadsheet. Like, to have it all laid out in a spreadsheet and all, like, what I really liked about it is that it had, like, columns for, like, this is what part of a series it's in. This is where, like, if I own it, where is it located? Like, is it on my shelf? Is it on my Kindle? If I don't own it and I need to borrow the book, where can I get it from? Is it available on audio? If so, where can I get the audiobook from? And the fact it's all laid out on a spreadsheet. So I may have borrowed the idea. I wrote some stuff down while I watched the video. And then on Tuesday, I spent time creating the spreadsheet on Google Docs. And I made it so that it highlights if I own the book, it highlights if I can get it on audio, and it highlights if I don't own it. No. Yes. Is it? Yeah. Owned, not owned, and if I can get it on audio. I am so happy with it. I may share it if you guys are interested. Garrett suggested I put it out there for money, and I'm like, I don't see myself doing that because it wasn't A, my original idea, and B, it's relatively straightforward. It didn't take me more than an hour to put together. Now, it's something that you would very much have to customize. I mean, it's customized to me, and when I mean customized, I mean the categories. So for the owned section, I have that for some of the books, I own them on both Kindle and Audible. So I made a note saying Kindle and Audible, you know what I mean? As a category. Not everybody would have that category. So you would have to change it for yourself. So there'd be a lot of personalization in it. But yeah, let me know if you guys are interested. Maybe down the road, I'll do a video and put it open, make a blank copy that people themselves, sorry, Missy just keeps crawling in and out of my lap. If you guys are interested, but that's what I've been spending my time on. So I was importing into that spreadsheet and I was working on my March TBR, and that's what I've kind of been doing over the past couple of days. So I'm super excited about that, but you guys will have already seen my TBR video. I'm going to be filming that tomorrow and filming and posting that tomorrow. I have to go get blood work in the morning tomorrow. I'm getting blood work. Actually, I'm getting blood work at the hospital on Friday. So maybe I'll ask them to do it then. I think I'm going to do that. Why am I going to get it done twice? I'm already getting poked on Friday with needles. Why am I going to do it again on Thursday? Okay, I'm going to go cancel that appointment right now because I did make an appointment to go get that done tomorrow. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to be there on Friday. Why am I going to bother? So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. And so then I don't have anything to do tomorrow. Yay! We suddenly went from having to go get blood work to nothing. All I had to do was talk it out loud. But yeah, I'm going to go down now and make my lunch. I'm going to make some, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to put together my cheese, my meat, and my crackers, my little plate. We went to the grocery store this morning. We needed to pick up cat food, and I got a few other things. What else did we get? I got some frozen strawberries, like full whole frozen strawberries. They're in the fridge right now, de-thawing, or half of the bag is. I'm going to start using them like in the mornings, like tomorrow. I'm going to use them for, with my yogurt. Also, I'm going to try, so I've been making my own at-home egg McMuffins, which I really do enjoy, and I would much, much rather make them at home than buy them. But I'm just finding they're not sitting well on my stomach. I think it's just too much food in the morning. I just think I'm not someone to eat a lot in the morning. I know some people can eat a big breakfast. I'm not one of those people. So I think I'm just going to try going forward like cereal. I have cornflakes. I like cornflakes. You guys can laugh at me. I think some people find them boring. I find them delicious. So I'm going to have cornflakes and then maybe some Greek yogurt with strawberries. And I think I want to get some granola as well. There's Missy's tail. And I'm going to have that for breakfast tomorrow and see how that goes if it's not so heavy on my stomach. But yeah, I'm going to go have my meat, cheese, and stuff. Oh, and I also bought today at the grocery store low sodium or low salt Lay's potato chips because I still love potato chips. And I've been having such a hard time not having them or having stuff like that. And you know, like everything in moderation, right? So I'm not going to sit down the entire bag, but I think for 40 something chips, which is like a bowl full, at least, it's something like 150 milligrams of sodium, and I'm allowed 1,500 to 2,000 a day. That's the sweet spot where they would like me to stick closer to 1,500 milligrams. But if I go a little bit above that, it's okay. Like, just don't go above the 2K or the 2,000. But they also want you, like, it's the way you look at labels, right? For example, today we were in the grocery store, and there was a frozen meal. We were looking at the frozen meals, which are horrible for sodium. But there was one that was a chicken ramen bowl, and I love ramen so much, and I cannot have it anymore with what's going on with my liver and with me having to watch my sodium. But I said to Garrett, I just have to see, just out of curiosity. And it was like over 1,000 milligrams of sodium, which is, I mean, if that's the only thing I ate all day, so be it. But it was 51% of your daily sodium. And they're like, you need to look at your, like the amount, the percentage. That's the big thing. It's got to be under 10%. They're like, do not go over 10% on your daily sodium if you can at all avoid it. I mean, every now and then you're going to be in situations where, like, if you're going out for dinner or whatever the case may be, but really it should be an 80-20, more like a 90-10 in my case. Like I did see the results the other day, yesterday or the day before, for the biopsy. And I mean, I know I have it. It's to the extent of how badly do I have the cirrhosis of the liver. And cirrhosis of the liver cannot be reversed. You know, it does not get better. You know, I don't know how bad it is. I don't know what stage I'm in. It didn't say any of that, but I know for a fact I'm past the point of it getting any better. The options I'm at now is either, depending on how bad it is, it's either we slow the progression of it and see what we can do to stop it from continuing to get worse, or it's going to be a liver transplant. So I need to do what I need to do to help myself. Does that make sense? And I think when it's something like this, it really makes you stand up and pay attention. Like, I've already done the transplant route. I've done it already. And I'm not itching to do it again for another organ. Like, I'm just really not. So if I can start eating a lot healthier, eating less sodium, and hopefully, if it is a liver transplant, if I can hold it off for a few years, or whatever the case may be, then that's something that I can do to control it. Do you know what I mean? And it always does feel better when you have a bit of control as the patient, because that's something when you do have a chronic health condition that a lot of times you're not in control. And, you know, this is something small that I can control. So I am going to start really looking at recipes. I'm really going to start looking at foodstuffs, you know, what we're eating. You know, yeah, every now and then you need a treat, guys, because life is too damn short. But it should, when it starts to be every day, it's no longer a treat, if that makes sense. So anyway, yeah, so I'm going to go make my lunch and I'm going to listen to another few chapters of Hello, Mallory by Anna Martin, which is book 14 in the Baby Stars Club series. So I'm currently reading this one, and at 2 o'clock, I'm going to be popping on live sprints with Sock over at Bargain Counter Argument, and I am so excited about that. I missed it last week, and I really enjoy doing it every week. So yeah, I will pop in and talk to you guys in a bit. Hello friends, popping in with a slightly different angle. I wanted to show off the heart in this one for reasons. So I was just looking around online, on Instagram actually, and I saw a post from UHN, which is the University Health Network, which is, I follow them on Instagram because that is the hospital group that I am a patient at. So Toronto General, which is my hospital, the hospital that performed my heart transplant, is part of the University Health Network, along with Princess Margaret, Hospital for Sick Children, Mount Sinai in Toronto across the street. So like Toronto Western Hospital, they're all part of UHN, University Health Network, the Toronto Rehabilitation Clinic. Anyway, Newsweek magazine has just listed their rank of their hospital ranking for this year, I guess for 2025. And the number one hospital in the world is the hospital Rochester, a hospital in Rochester. And the number 2 hospital in the world out of 250 ranked globally, Toronto General Hospital. You know, when I was going in for transplant, I remember a couple people, you know, being, oh, is Toronto General going to be okay? Like you hear General, but number 2 ranked number 2 in the world, number 1 in Canada. The Cleveland Clinic came in 3, but last year we were spot number 3. So we've moved up to number 2 in the world, which is just, it's a hospital that does amazing things. And I just want to share that. I know it's not bookish related or anything like that, but it really, really just drives home the point that I am so unbelievably fortunate to live close enough to be a patient at that hospital, to have the greatest care given to me, along with, and I'm sorry because I know everybody's got their own opinion on this, but the fact that we have universal healthcare. So not only is it the number 2 hospital in the world, but also the patients that go to that hospital don't have to go bankrupt to get some of the best care in the world. Just food for thought for my American friends out there. I know, and I'm not trying to make this political because it's not political. This is life and death. And we have seen stories now of celebrities, people who we think are untouchable. James Van Der Beek and is it Eric Dane, who was in Grey's Anatomy? Both who left behind debt, medical debt. That should never, ever, ever be a thing. I unfortunately hear too many stories and talk to people who may delay medical treatment or not go see a doctor because they're afraid of the cost. That should not be a thing. Being able to access health care, no matter what kind of health care, should be a universal human thing. This is not a political thing. This is a human being thing. And, you know, people shouldn't have to choose over paying a light bill to going to the doctor. You know, families should not be in debt to save someone's life. Yeah, it makes me proud every single day to be Canadian and to be here in a country that has this. And let's be real, guys, we're not the only ones. A lot of countries have universal health care, and it seems to work pretty well. And for those of you who say, because I've heard this before, but you can't pick your doctor, yeah, I can. If I at any point said, you know, my team here at for whatever reason, I would like to change, I can change. If I'm not getting on with the staff, with my physician, I can ask to be moved to another physician. I can ask to go somewhere else. we're not tied down. I am just so fortunate that just because of the area we lived in when I was born, sick kids could handle my case because it was so complex. And I lived in this area, so we went to Toronto Sick Children's. And then the natural progression from sick kids, because sick kids looks after you from birth to 18 years old. At 18 years old, you graduate and you move literally across the street. You walk across the street to Toronto General Hospital, depending on your medical needs. Like if you are a cancer, like a childhood cancer survivor or something like that, chances are you might go to Princess Margaret, which is a cancer hospital. Toronto General deals a lot, is a cardiac, so is St. Mike's, but St. Mike's isn't part of UHN. But Toronto General is very much a cardiac hospital. So, I mean, it was just logical that I would literally walk across the street. And at 18, I'm now a patient at Toronto General. I was never going to be a patient at my local hospital because my condition is far too complex. And I am so lucky that I live in an area, a bigger city, that I have access to that kind of care. But yeah, number 2 in the world. I'm pretty pleased with that. I don't know, like I had something to do with it because I totally didn't have anything to do with it. But it just goes to show that I got some amazing care. And guys, guess what? It's snowing again outside. Because of course it is. But anyway, it's just after 1. I just finished my lunch. It was delicious. I had leftover macaroni salad from last night's dinner. I don't think I mentioned we didn't do the lasagna last night like I had planned, so we are doing it tonight. I keep saying we have to do it. The problem is it takes an hour to cook. And it's like, so I said at 5:30 I'm putting the lasagna in the toaster oven to cook it, or in the convection oven to cook it. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Hello, friends. It is just after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am coming to you with a reading and mail call update. So mail call update first. Actually, right now I am in sprints over on Sock's channel at Bargain Counter Argument. And so I'm going to start. Okay, so hold on. Let me back up. Let's start with the mail call. So I got some stuff in the mail, and I got a package. And I'm like, my husband's like, what did you order? I'm like, I didn't order anything, I swear. I got a birthday present in the mail. You know who you are. I'm about to send you off a thank you on Discord. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. So it came from a seller on Etsy. I will leave link to the seller's shop in the description box below. It's a Canadian seller. She's in Canada, Ontario. And I got a mug for my birthday. Look at it. It says just one more chapter with my name on it. I love it. I can't wait to use it. I'm going to go down and wash it later. It's always got to give it a good wash because it's been traveling through the mail. It was so well packaged. Oh, good Lord. And then I am going to enjoy a cup of coffee with it tonight, I think. Or no, I'm going to wait till tomorrow. I'm going to have it with my breakfast tomorrow. So I'll show it to you guys when I do use it. But oh, do you not adore it? I love the colors. I love the fall vibe of it. It's absolutely fantastic. Love, love, love. But back to the spring. So I'm over on Sock's channel. And as I mentioned earlier in the vlog, so I'm getting a little bit comfy here. That today is the 25th of February, which means it's 10 months until Christmas. But Sock, over at Bargain Counter Argument, she does this really fun thing on the 25th of every month, and she reads a Christmas book. Now, Sock can read like the wind. She can finish books like, I mean, if I only read one book at a time, then maybe I could finish books a lot faster, but we're not going to go there. Because that's just not my personality, and it hasn't been my personality for the last little while. That of this reading 1 or even 2 or even a dozen books at once. You know, aim high, people, aim high. So I decided to start another book because I wanted to join in on the reading a Christmas book. So I started reading a book called Overboard for the Holidays by Heather Lee Bell. This is the 9th book in the Charming Texas series. This is a fairly recent release. I think it came out in either November or December of 2025. It's a Harlequin special edition. 9th, did I just mention it's the 9th book in the Charming Texas series? I don't remember anything. It's sort of kind of not really a takeoff of the movie Overboard from back in the 80s with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. I love that movie, by the way. Anyway, so our main character's name is Lauren. Lauren or Laura? The reason I'm not remembering is because you only hear her name in the first chapter. I'm now like 25% of the way through it almost. I read it over the last couple of sprints, but I'm going to switch to another book for the sprint that we're on right now. But anyway, so she is at this Christmas party for her company. It sounds like she's not very high up in the company, but she does something with numbers. If it said what it is that she did, I completely missed it. She wants to kind of hook up with the boss's son. who's of course her age. The boss is much older. And she doesn't sound like she's maybe the sweetest or nicest person, because she's talking about, like, the guy, he might have a girlfriend, or he's there with somebody at this party, and she doesn't, you know, she says, like, something in her head, like, she would never condone cheating, but, you know, she's not the one cheating or something like that. And then anyway, she goes off to the top of the boat, the yacht, and she wants to take a selfie, like, off the bow of the ship, just like, you know, in Titanic, that she mentions that scene from Titanic. Now, she's trying to back up, like, to get a better shot. She, of course, goes, woo, over the boat, overboard, and falls into the water. And she's okay, like, when she hits the water, like, she's okay, she knows everything that's going on, and she's trying to swim back to the ship and call to them, but the ship, or the yacht, quickly is gone, right? So she's, like, treading water. Now, this takes place in Texas, and it sounds like it's somewhere near Galveston, Texas, but it, like, I'm trying to see a map in my head. I'm guessing it's the Gulf of Mexico area, like, that she's in. So anyway, she ends up starts to swim to shore, and there's a bunch of fishermen. And she gets hit in the head with something, like maybe somebody's oar, it's late at night, like the stars are out, so a woman in the water, you're not necessarily going to see her, right? So she ends up getting hit in the head, and she kind of goes unconscious in the water. Our male lead, Rowan, catches her, like literally catches her. He's there fishing, and he catches her in his, like, fishing line and pulls her to safety. She's unconscious. He revives her. The ambulance takes her to the hospital. She has no memory of her name or anything like that, and he agrees to take her in and look after her until she regains her memory. The doctors are convinced it's going to come back. So she's in this town of Charming, Texas, and this story is so cute. It is so small town. I really, really like it. So, Rowan lives next door to his cousin Declan, who I guess is a character from an earlier book, and they have a competition with each other for a Christmas display out in front of the house that's like, wants to be seen from the space shuttle kind of an idea. And there is a boat, like a float parade, like on boats with lights and floats. So that happens in the book. It's very small town. So right now, like, he's calling her Elsa. So I'm going to call her Elsa just because I think it's Lauren or Laurel or Laura. It starts with an L. Even she says, I think it starts with an L, and he called her Elsa. So anyway, she's like trying to keep busy. So she's like cleaning his house, and she remembers certain things. Like she knows that she has like like she has a shower in the morning, and she's like, I have very expensive products at home, because she's commenting on the fact, not commenting, but thinking to herself about the fact that in his shower, it's a dude. He's got like probably a 3-in-1 shampoo, body wash, conditioner situation. And she knows in her head she's got all these expensive products, but she can't understand how, because she doesn't think she has a lot of money, when in reality she actually does. Like, not a lot of money, but she does fairly well for herself. Like, she's wearing a relatively expensive dress at the party. She's wearing a pair of Milano shoes. She has a nice manicure. She's got like, they came out when she hit the water, weave, like for her hair, like, for extensions. So, but I guess she's thinking back to when she was a child and didn't have a lot of money, maybe. So yeah, so like I said, I'm 25% of the way through this one. I'm enjoying it. It's going to go into the rotation with everything else now. And I'll get it done eventually, but I am really enjoying it. It's super, super cute. And I'm kind of really liking the idea of having a Christmas book on the go all the time. Or at least maybe even just starting a Christmas book on the 25th of every month. I think that's a really, really fun idea, and I like it a lot. But anyway, that's it for this update. I will check in with you guys later. Bye. Just to show you all, Missy, with typical little sister behavior, Presley was happily laying there, and she just threw herself down in front of him, leaving Presley like, no room. Yeah, look at her, all proud of herself. Yep, I'm going to lay right here in front of my brother. Just because I can. Hey friends, it is about 8:30 at night, and I'm coming to you with another reading update. I may do one more tonight, I do not know. I'm going to keep this relatively brief. As usual, get on the phone, Missy jumps in my lap. So I am now 76%, sorry for the shaking, of the way through a Firefighter's Ranch Homecoming by Anna Grace. This is a Harlequin historical Harlequin heartwarming novel that actually came out on Tuesday. I did get this an e-arc from the author, so thank you very much again for sending it to me, guys. I am loving this book. So I've talked about this one in previous vlogs. I should get this one done by the end of this week. Full review will be coming Monday, I'm sure. So anyway, this is the story of Eliana and Beau. And basically, Bo did not have the best childhood. His father was a bit of a scam artist, not the most well-liked in town. He's got an older brother and, I think, younger sister, Cash and Tia. And he's been off fighting fires. He's a firefighter, hence the title of the book. And he has come home to find out that his siblings have not sold the ranch that they live on, but is now being used by Eliana, who is an event planner, as an event space. So one thing leads to another in the story, and in order to kind of drum up business for the ranch, for the events, Eliana and Bo pretend to be an engaged couple and hold a fake engagement party, but they invite all of, like, Bo's family, and they were supposed to let the whole family know that it was a fake engagement. They did not. So now everybody believes that they're actually engaged, so they need to play up the ruse. So all these things are happening. You know, I don't want to get too much into the full plot of the book because I really want you guys to read it and enjoy it for yourselves. But it's really, really cute, really, really delightful. It is the first in a series of the Holiday Ranch series. So the other two stories you're going to get are going to be Cash's and Tia's. There's a lot of animals. Tia's a veterinarian and she rescues animals. There's llamas and peacocks and a turtle and, like, greyhound dogs that are now retired. You know, like, it is absolutely delightful. The relationship between Bo and Eliana is so, so sweet. I'm really, really liking it. We're at the point now where they've kind of decided, like, they both didn't have, like, the best childhoods. She was bullied in school, just for being shy, I guess. And Bo, you know, of course, dealt with all these things with his dad. And so they weren't really, you know, they were never invited to birthday parties or things like that. They were just talking about prom because the event space is going to hold a prom for a local high school. And Eliana went to prom, but she didn't have a very good time. She was kind of just sat by herself the whole night. And Bo didn't go to prom because he was working with the EMTs at the time and he was on call. He decided it was more important for him to be on call. So he just asked her out on their very first actual date and admitted that they actually might be having feelings for each other outside of the fake engagement. So it's super, super cute. I'm really, really loving this story, you guys. So anyway, Missy is here beside me, right there. And I have my snacks for the evening. Low salt, oh, wrong way. Low salt Lay's potato chips. They are low salt ones, right? Yeah, lightly salted. So I can get, hold on, 47 potato chips or 50 grams of chips for 100 milligrams of sodium, which is only 4% of your daily intake. So 150 grams. This entire bag holds 235. So that is almost 5 servings. That's not bad. So 4 times 5 is 20. So if you ate this entire bag, which I do not recommend, would be 20% of your daily intake of sodium. Again, I don't recommend that, but that's not bad. My other little treat here is my Terry's Chocolate Orange. The original. I do not want the one that has popping candy in it. I do not want the dark chocolate one or the white chocolate one. I want the original. Thank you very much. These are the only good ones. I've already had a couple pieces out of it, but they are expensive, so I waited till they go on sale after Christmas and get them. Anyway, guys, that is it. Like I said, I might check in one more time, but I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hello, friends. It is just after 9 at night, and I'm coming to you with the final clip of the vlog. My hair's a mess today. But anyway, I started another book. Magic number 12. I will not be starting any more books until I finish some, I assure you. But I did start another book. I started a presents novel, Rumors Behind the Greek's Wedding by the great Pippa Roscoe. Super excited. This one has been on my shelf for a while and I wanted to get to it. This is a relationship of convenience. I've only read the first chapter. I'm only just this far into it, but I thought I would pop on and, because I have been doing very badly in vlogging this week. Today has been super great, but let's see how I do for the rest of the week. But anyway, so in this one, our main character, what's her name? Selena? She is like some sort of an event planner, but it's to match businesses with with charities, or charities with very well-to-do businesses. So, you know, businesses want to do events to raise money for charity, to improve their image, all the things. She puts these two people together. So she's working with this guy, Lucas. He is a Greek billionaire. And he needs her to not only do this event, but repair his image. There's something happening in the background. We don't know what it is yet, even as the reader. Something to do with his mother. He's not too happy with his mother. Let's put it that way. And I guess the story's going to go in that there's going to be a fake engagement. Their engagement was a lie. But yeah. So I'm interested. I'm one chapter in. It's Pippa Roscoe. It's gonna be great. I do love these. And I do love, look at that cover, you guys. Isn't that stunning? Absolutely gorgeous. But anyway, that's it. Just a quick little update, and I'm gonna say goodnight, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hi friends, happy Friday. Today's the 27th of February and it's like 8 o'clock at night. I almost did not pop on here today at all. It's been a bit of a, this vlog has been weird and I sincerely apologize for it being so all over the place. I hope it's going to be better next week. I don't know what it was this week. I wasn't feeling the best this week and I think it's because it had gone a little bit too long between appointments to get my fluid dealt with, my fluid in my abdomen. The last time I had the procedure done was the 9th of February, and I just had it done today. So it has been almost 3 full weeks. And this week I was starting to feel it. So when I went in today and we were talking about booking my next appointment, because I didn't have one booked yet, we booked it for 2 weeks out. She's like, do you want it? She goes, you've been doing pretty good. Did you want to try for, because we didn't get it was a fair amount of fluid. But compared to what I have had before, it wasn't as much. And I said, no. I said, let's put it at 2 weeks, please, because of just how I felt this week, you know? And it wasn't constantly feeling ill. It was like, almost like I would eat and feel ill. Like, it was almost like it was too much, like on my stomach and the pressure and all those things. And that's basically what happened this week. So that's one of the reasons I didn't record yesterday, is that yesterday I felt pretty good all day. And I kept meaning to pop on, but I just got busy all day. Like, I was just kind of doing things or not. And I didn't do very much reading yesterday, to be completely honest. I read a bit of my Babysitters Club book. And I listened to a bit of Mrs. Morris and the Ghost by Traci Wilton, which is a cozy mystery about a woman who has bought this old house in Salem, Massachusetts, and is turning it into a bed and breakfast. This takes place like a month before Halloween, and the house is haunted by a ghost, and she wants the ghost wants her to solve his murder, basically. My problem with the book is, and I don't know whether I'm going to continue with the series or not, I have not decided yet, is that I don't know. The ghost is a bit of a jerk, to be completely honest. Like, he's kind of demanding to her, and I don't really like that. I feel like I've talked about this. Maybe I talked about this the other day. I don't know. I'm so scatterbrained, guys. I do sincerely apologize. I did do a little bit of reading in that one, so I got a couple chapters in on that one. And I haven't done much reading today either, because I had my procedure done and all the things, so I had to leave for that. I was going to try and take the train downtown, but that was a huge mess this morning. It turns out, like, when I got to the train station and I parked my car and I thought, oh, I'll look at the schedule just to double check exactly what time the train is coming in. And there's big notices saying, delay, eastbound, Lakeshore eastbound for 30 minutes. And I'm like, you know what? I cannot be bothered dealing with this. So I drove myself to the hospital and back. It was a thing. When I go next Friday, or in 2 weeks, I'm going to definitely take the train. And my brother suggested to me, he's like, hey, maybe check like first thing when you get up in the morning and see if there's any delays and just kind of keep checking it and make sure and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to do. So yes, I drove myself down and back. But the bonus to that was, now on the way down, I listened to music because I felt like it. Because I think I was annoyed about the whole train thing. Like, I had been so looking forward to it, and then it was a bust and I had to sit in traffic and blah, 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 blah. But on the way home from the hospital, I did listen to my audiobook. I listened to another like 3 or 4 chapters of Phantom Evil by Heather Graham, which is the first book in the Crew of Hunters series. I don't think I've talked about this one yet in this vlog. I'm trying to make note of the books I'm talking about so I don't like go over the books again and again throughout the vlog. But in this one, I talked about this one in my Friday reads that would have gone up today for you guys to see, where it is a group of investigators who are FBI agents. Not all of them, but the 2 main people who are heading up the team for this first book are FBI agents, and this is a secret kind of government agency, the Crew of Hunters, and as I always say, think the X-Files, but with ghosts. And they are investigating a house in New Orleans, and the house is haunted, supposedly haunted. And a woman who lived in it was actually the wife of a senator. They had bought this property and were going to live in it. And then her son was died in a car accident. And she, I mean, of course, wasn't taking it very well. She was kind of really dealing with his death. You know, she was having a hard time coming to terms with his death. And what it seems like is that she may have ended her own life. But her husband doesn't believe she did. He actually thinks that maybe ghosts did it. So the crew of hunters have come in to investigate, and that's the plot of the story. So I am now... Am I like 60 some odd % of the way through this? I think I am. And I'm really enjoying it. I mean, it's a reread for me. I love this book so much. Yeah. And then just now, the reason I popped on is because I did some more reading in Reclaiming His Viking Queen by Lucy Morris, which is a Harlequin historical. It is a newer release. It came out in January of this year. It's one of my 2026 books, category romance books that I'm reading. And I was sitting up here in bed and I was reading the book and I thought, I like to put on like my thing that I've been doing over the last like couple months is when I sit and do some reading, if it's not an audiobook, I will pop an ambiance on my television. And I generally try to fit the ambiance to the book I'm reading. For example, if I'm reading a Christmas book, I'm going to try and find a Christmas ambiance. If I'm reading a book, you know, set in a small town, I'm going to try and find a small town ambiance. And because I was reading a Viking book, I'm like, I typed in just into YouTube just to see what would come up, but I typed in Viking ambiance and something came up and it was perfect. I will try to remember to link the video itself below if you guys are interested to check it out. It's called Nordic Shores Ancient Viking Ambiance for Deep Focus Norse Common Relaxation. But it's very much that, like, it's not talking per se, but like that music and that. And I was reading a scene, like I just read 2 chapters. I'm now about 16% of the way through it, where there's kind of a bit of a battle that's happening. It was perfect background music, you guys. Like, if you, maybe not this video in particular, but if you guys are reading and you need something or you want something in the background, try searching YouTube for whatever it is that you're reading. Like, if you're reading, like, a mystery, maybe pick something dark, you know? Or, you know, if you're reading a light romance, maybe pick, like, a springtime ambiance or something. It really, I find it makes such a difference now. And I really, like, reading this battle, it almost felt like I was watching a movie. It was so cool because you kind of just hear this music. If you're somebody who can have music going while you're reading, I can have music going as long as there's no words. If it's just music, I'm okay. But if there's words, I can't. But yeah, I just had to share that with you guys because that was pretty cool. But anyway, I may or may not pop back on tonight. I haven't decided yet. We did pick up some groceries. We did go out when I got home. And we had hamburger helper for dinner. I know, super excited, but both of us were just like, And I did pick myself up a treat. I wanted some ice cream. And, you know, because I can't have a lot of sugar or salt. I can't have a lot of salt. But I can have a little bit of... Now, this ice cream does have... I did check the sodium content on it. And it's like for 3/4 of a cup, which I really wouldn't even have that much. I think it was only like 10%, which is good. I have to stay 10% or under. But it's a treat. I'm not eating it like all day long. Far better than the ramen that I was looking at. And I got Ben & Jerry's, and it's like a ice cream sandwich cookie, like ice cream. So like an Oreo cookie ice cream. It looks so good. And I did get cones. You gotta have cones with ice cream. I'm sorry. So I'm going to go down and make myself a little treat because I would like a little snack. And the other thing that I bought, I've really gotten into lemonade lately. Did I tell you guys that? Like, I'm always drinking water. I forever have a glass of water or my water cup filled and on the go. But I want something different every now and then. And for a long time, I was really into the sparkling waters. Like I think it's bubbly. I think you guys have it in the States as well. But I was really enjoying those. But I've kind of gotten off of them a little bit because I find like they make me very full. Because that's what carbonation does. Is it makes you feel really full. So lately I've been like really enjoying lemonade. So lemonade and iced tea. Sometimes together, sometimes separately. And I just got a lemonade from Minute Maid. And like I got the big bottle of it at the grocery store. And it's a strawberry lemonade. And it's quite delicious. And I'm enjoying that very much. So yeah. Because I'm trying to stay, like, I do enjoy my tea, and I will have a cup of tea later, and I try to have a cup of tea in the morning. Actually, I have my coffee in the morning lately. But I do have my tea at night. But, like, during the day, I'm trying to not caffeinate as much. Like, try to be good with that. But anyway, I'm rambling, guys. Today is also my niece's 16th birthday, so happy birthday to her. She was over here with her dad a little bit earlier, because my mom had a present for her, and she wanted to give it to her, of course. And, of course, we don't have a lot of money right now. I mean, making ends meet and stuff like that. But, so I didn't really get her a present, and I felt horrible about that, but like, she understands, right? That right now I'm in a bit of a difficult position. So she's working. She actually has a job. She works like 8 hours a week or so at a local grocery store, like, 4 hours on a Saturday, 4 hours on a Sunday, maybe one day during the week if she can. And she'll be working more during the summer. And she likes having her own money, and she's really starting to value, like, when she's looking at things to buy, she's like, oh, I don't know if I want to pay that much for that. And I think it's really great for kids to kind of realize that, you know what I mean? But anyway, she wanted to treat herself for her birthday to some cookies from Crumble Cookies, which are very pricey cookies. And it was like 6 cookies for like $30 or something like that. So she was really excited, and she said to her dad, like, can I borrow your debit card? Because she left hers at home, and you need it to order online. And, she said to her dad, then I'll pay you back. I'll transfer the money, blah, blah, blah. And her dad's like, yeah, no problem, right? And I said to her, listen, let me pay for them for you. And, it'll be my kind of little birthday present. I would love to have done more. Like, I would have loved to have taken her out for lunch, taken her to Sephora, let her buy herself something. But next year, for her 17th birthday, I can make up for lost time. But anyway, I'm rambling, guys. I'm going to let you go. I may or may not pop on here one more time tonight, but I will definitely check in tomorrow, and I'll try to do a few more clips tomorrow, make it a little bit more interesting. We're not doing anything this weekend. There are no big plans, but yeah, but hopefully I can get some more clips for this vlog, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hello, my friends, and happy Saturday. Today is the 28th of February. Happy last day of the month. Can you believe March is tomorrow? I cannot. So it's been a busy day. It is currently 1:45 in the afternoon. My aunt came over for a visit today, so that was lovely. And then she asked me to take her to the library so she could pick up a book that she had on hold. And I'm like, twist my arm to go into the library. And then I borrowed books which I had absolutely no business borrowing because I'm currently reading 12 books, but let's grab some more. So anyway, I thought I would quickly show you guys the books that I borrowed for this first clip. I'm hoping to get some more clips in today. I will get some more clips of this vlog in today, but I plan on actually starting this vlog, like starting editing it. That's what I'm going to take some time doing this afternoon as well. But anyway, I borrowed 2 books that are already on my TBR. Because, and one I'm already reading, which is right here in front of us, Phantom Evil, because, well, I can get it from my library. It won't transfer to my Kobo. For whatever reason. I think because it's a different edition than the one that Kobo currently has for sale, and I think that's how that works. But anyway, I really, really, really do not like reading from my tablet. So, and even though I have this on audio, I do switch back and forth between audio and physical or whatever, and Presley has decided to join us. Hi, Press. So anyway, so I did borrow Phantom Evil because they had a copy of it at the library. And I just got sneezed on. Thanks, Presley, for that. I appreciate it. I also went ahead and borrowed book 2, Heart of Evil. Is this book 2? Now I can't remember if it is book 2 or not. I'm sure, yes, I think it is. Heart of Evil is book 2. So I borrowed this one as well, just in case we run into the same problem. I thought, why not? Here's the 2 books that I borrowed that I had no business borrowing. So it's only 2. That's not horrible, right, Presley? So the first one we have here is A Nest of Vipers by, what is that? Harini Nagura? I don't know. This is horrible. It's a new book. Came out October. Okay, it's not that new. But anyway, these were on like the end cap things. And I used to really dislike borrowing from those. So I'm like, oh, they made such a pretty display. But then I've seen so many reels online of I almost said nurses. They're just as important as nurses. Librarians being like, no, please borrow from the displays. So I borrowed this one. And it really intrigued me. It's a historical. So it says January 1922. The Bangalore Constable is on high alert as the Prince of Wales is scheduled to visit the city to redeem his reputation after a disastrous visit marked by violent anti-British riots. A death stalks the streets of Bangalore when the circus comes to town. Just sounded so good. But this is second in a series, I know, for those of you. This is the first one, the Bangalore Detectives Club. Now, I did look for book 1 and I couldn't find it. But that's okay. We're going to go ahead and read book 2. And I love the title, A Nest of Vipers. I thought this is perfect for March Mystery Madness because I am going to be reading a book not set in my country. And I didn't cheat out and just do a book set in in the US, but this is set in India. So that's exciting. And it's a historical, which is fun as well. The other one is also historical. And this one sounded really, like, I just looked at the cover. I did not read what this one is about. A Schooling in Murder by Andrew Taylor. And it says 1945, an abandoned school, an unsolved murder. I'm like, that's all I need to know. Again, this was on some sort of an end cap. I think maybe it was a bunch of historical novels, maybe. But yeah, England, May 1945. Something to do with World War II. Yes, please. So I'm going to have to decide which one of these I'm going to start first, because of course I'm going to add another book to my currently reading list because I have a problem. So I think we're going to flip a coin. So I'm going to do that off camera. So that way, not all of your devices go off. So I'm going to go do that, and I will share with you guys later what book got picked. Hello, my friends. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the sun is coming in through this window. So in this room, the sun sets, we face west, so the sun sets here in the afternoon. So in the summertime, it can be brutal in this room. It gets super, super hot. I do have blackout curtains, and I usually have them closed in the summertime, like if I'm out of the house, because this room just becomes like an oven. It's not so bad in the winter because it's nice, it warms it up. But anyway, so I have been busy over the last little while. I haven't really gotten any reading done. I did pick the library book I'm going to start to add to the rotation of books that I have going. And the other thing that I did is I am edited up till right now on the vlog. So my hope is that I might do another clip or two when I get some more reading done. And then my goal is to actually try and get the vlog up tonight for members. So that going forward will be my goal. Instead of getting the video up like an hour or two before everybody else for the members, because I do like putting the videos up early for my channel members. But my goal is to try and maybe with the vlogs do it the day before. And I want to try and do that with videos in general going forward as well. Like tomorrow, one of the reasons I wanted to get this edited today is because tomorrow I want to do some filming. And I want to film my Monday and Tuesday video, because on Monday I have to go down to the hospital for a angiogram, which I am very much not looking forward to. I'm very, very nervous about it, but let's get it over and done with. It's big, scary procedure number 2 of 3, so we'll be more than halfway through them when we're done this one on Monday. And it is early in the morning. Like, I think my appointment is for either 10 or 11. I either have to be there for 10 or the procedure's at 10. I can't remember what it is. I have to double check. But anyway, let's get that done and over with. I don't think the angiogram itself takes very long, and I think the downtime afterward isn't very long either, I hope. But Garrett and I are going to take the train in and out. My brother was going to pick us up, but I'm like, I don't want to bother him. You know, it's just as easy for us, and probably a lot cheaper too, because the cost of gas for him to come down and blah, 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 and sit in traffic, when, you know, for $10 each, Garrett and I can take the train. You know, so it's quick, it's easy, and it's less traffic too. Nobody's sitting in traffic. So anyway, we're going to do that. And then, yeah, that's it I've got for right now. But like I said, I did pick, I'm talking about stuff next week. So I'm going to do my weekend review on tomorrow, which is not going to take me very long. My weekend books, I should say, because I finished 3 books this week, you guys. And I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm not going to say only. I have a lot of books on the go, and that is my choice, and it's working well for me, and I'm happy. I'm happy with my reading, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. And then I also want to film my 2 on Tuesday video. But yeah, anyway, because it's going to be March Mystery, so I had to sit back a little bit. Because it's going to be March Mystery Madness in March, I'm thinking for my 2 on Tuesday, I'm going to try and concentrate on like the intrigue, romantic suspense books that I have in my collection. We shall see. But anyway, the book that I picked from the 2, and I did flip a coin using my little talking device over here beside me. I asked it to flip a coin for me. If you guys have not done that and you have one of these devices, and you're trying to pick like between 2 books or something fun, I always ask. I'm like, hey, please flip a coin. And you literally hear the flip, flip, flip of the coin. It is so much fun. I also do it when I'm like doing like a random number generator, because I do that to pick my next book often. You know, I'll be like, hey, look, give me a number between blah and blah, and it will give me a number. It is so much fun. If you've got one, utilize it for fun things, people. Utilize it for fun things. But anyway, I flipped a coin, and we got a nest of vipers. So I literally just started this. I got a couple pages into it, and I'm like, no, before I sit down and read, let me get the vlog edited. So that's what I did. But anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go for now. Garrett and I decided, that we were not in the mood to go grocery shopping today. Both of us are feeling incredibly lazy. So we are going to have pizza tonight for dinner. It's Saturday. We're going to enjoy panzos for dinner. So maybe I'll share that with you. Panzos, for those of you who don't know, are basically like, they're panzerotti. So they're like pocket pizzas, but they're big. And we get them the healthy way, deep fried. I know, sodium to the max, but it's Saturday. And then after this, we're going to be good. So yeah, or we're going to try and be good, as good as possible. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to get some reading done and I will update you guys in a bit. Bye. Hello friends, it is about 6:30 at night and I thought I'd come to you with the final clip of the vlog. Because I plan on just kind of relaxing for the rest of the night. There is a live show. I'm not going to be part of it. I'm going to be in the comments at 7 o'clock over on Roxie's channel, Roxie Reads. I'll leave a link to her channel in the description box below. She's doing a live show to talk about her book club pick for the month of February that I read back in January, which was an intrigue novel, January into February. But her and Stormy, I think, excuse me, I've got the hiccups. I just finished a bit of a carbonated beverage. It wasn't a beer. It was a carbonated, sparkling water. Anyway, so I'm going to be in the chat for that because I did read the book and it's like the book club thing, so I want to do that. And then after that, I just plan on relaxing. So I thought, you know what, let me get the vlog finished. Let me get it exported before this live show starts. And then I can get it posted for my channel members early. So that's my game plan. But anyway, yeah, this was a bit, one day I had like 6 clips on like the one day and then none another day. And this was all over the map, but that is real life. I just really was not feeling the greatest this week. I think I mentioned it in a previous clip, like I waited too long between getting fluid removed, but I mean that it is what it is. So hopefully this week coming will be better. Like I said, on Monday, I do have that appointment to get my angiogram done, but that is the only cardiac or the only hospital appointment I have next week. The week after that, I have 2 appointments, but that's fine. We'll deal with that when the time comes. And both of those are pretty straightforward appointments. I don't have big scary appointment, the third big scary appointment until I think the 16th or 18th of March. I cannot remember what day it is. I'll check on my calendar at some point. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you all watching this. I did have a lot of fun. It was a week. It was a week that I did not get a ton of reading done, but that I feel is real life. There are weeks and days and times that we're not going to read as much as we normally would. I do want to pop on super, super quickly and just let you guys know that I did I mention I started this? So I started A Nest of Vipers and I am 2 chapters into it. And so far I'm really enjoying it. So the mystery itself has not taken place yet. This is the 3rd book in the series. It's a series of 4 books as of right now. I don't know if there's going to be any more. But I actually own the first book on Kindle. I debated on going back and reading it, and I'm like, I've already got this one picked up. I'm like, let's just read this, because I borrowed it from the library. And I love the covers. These are gorgeous. So each one is like a different color. I think the first book is like a teal, like blue. But anyway, so our female lead is a very well-known amateur detective in is it Bangalore? Or is it Bangladesh? Bangalore. And the story starts out that they're at the circus, and there's this circus that has come to town, and it seems that also there is some some thefts happening around. Now, like I said, I'm only 2 chapters in. They're not super long chapters. They read relatively quickly. I don't know if I mentioned, but I was able to find this on audio as well from the Toronto Public Library, but I think I'm going to be reading it with my eyeballs mostly. There is a map in the front. Sorry, trying to do things one-handed here. There's a map of Bangalore in the front, which is pretty cool. I do love a book with a good map. Like I said, this is going to fit for me for March Mystery Madness with not only a book that takes place outside of my country, but an author not from my country. And I mean, I jokingly said, I could have very easily done it with just saying like, oh, I'm just going to have a book set in the US by a US author because I am in Canada. But much more fun to do it this way. And then there is also in the back, it says this in the front of the book, but in the back is a dictionary. So a lot of the Indian words that are used are listed in the back, which is delightful. So yeah, if I want to know what some of these things mean, and all of them are in italics in the book, which is why I think I'm going to read this with my eyeballs instead of on audio, because I think I'm just going to get so much more enjoyment out of it, reading it with my eyeballs. And I do usually prefer to do things that way, But every now and then I like it, which is why I always have audiobooks on the go, because it's great to flip back and forth, especially if I want to do some crafting or something like that. But yeah, I think I'm going to like this one. Clearly some stuff has happened over the last few books, and, you know, that I'm probably missing out on by jumping ahead, but it's fine. It doesn't bother me. I did want to say that. But yeah, tomorrow starts a brand new month, you guys. I created my intros and outros because I change them every month for the channel or for the videos. So you won't see that today or in this video. Obviously, you're going to see it starting on Monday. And yeah, I'm excited for a new month. It's my birthday month. Yeah, I mean, it happens right at the very beginning of the month and then, but you know, so I find, and I think it's funny, the people who have their birthdays later in the month, they kind of like celebrate all month long. It's like, my birthday's on the 20th, so I'm just going to celebrate for the whole month. But those of us whose birthdays are like right at the beginning, it's like, oh, it's my birthday this month, and then it's over. It's like, but you already had your birthday, so you can't, you know. But anyway, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, you guys, I'm going to let you go. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you are new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it if you did. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And until my next video, everybody, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.